everybody. Welcome to Honorable Mentions. It's me, your host, or one of your two co-hosts, Rachel Edelman. Hey, Lloyd, if you're in the chat, say hello, or goodbye if you're leaving, or can I borrow $1 if you need $1? Feel free to say whatever you want within reason. I'm really happy to be with you here tonight. I'm a little sick. You can probably tell because I've got a real sexy low voice. But that is not the only thing wrong with me tonight. But we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to power through it in hopefully a fun way that you all appreciate. Without further ado, let me introduce my co-host. Once again, this week he is also not on the promotional art. Maybe one day he will be, but not yet. Please give it up for my co-host, comedian father, an all-around super nice guy who is probably like so nice that you're just like, are you fucking with me? But he never is. Give it up for Eddie Heller.
Hey, that's a nice compliment. I'll take it.
It's true. You're like so nice that like I'm like, is this like a long con? Like, is he gonna steal all my jewels? Because he's so nice that I'm just gonna like let my guard down. But don't worry, because I never let my guard down. That's part of my charm.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the deal. That because it could be. I could be conning myself this whole time.
Yeah, or like you've been conning me, but then like one day you realize that actually you're actually the man you pretend to be, and that's often how those stories go. So I'm excited for you to find that out about yourself. Adi, is it just us tonight?
It isn't. We for sure have one guest currently, and that guest is ready to bring in. He's a good friend of mine. Met probably like 6-7 years ago now at Comedy Sports Championships in Indianapolis, and he's a very, very funny human. He's a stand-up comic. He's an improviser. He's a man about the internet, and he's got an album out that's called Black Gentrifier. That is one of my favorite comedy albums of recent years. And here he comes in. It's Daryl Charles.
Hey, Daryl.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Always happy to be told that my album's good. Yeah.
And we've been starting to bring on people that are Adie's friends, and I haven't necessarily met them yet, but I'm excited to meet you. And I want to do a new segment where you guys both say like you both have like a fun anecdote about each other, just that I can begin to fester like worm-like into your acquaintance and become acquaintance of yours as well. So either of you can go first. What's a fun anecdote? Let's get this connection made.
I'm pretty sure. So we met. We really hung out in Indianapolis in the game room, in the games garden.
That's right.
And it was one super long night, and I'm pretty sure we played a lot of Bananagrams. Is that right?
Sure. I mean, the games garden's always fun. You know what?
I like that Daryl, you have it doesn't seem like you have any memory of this happening.
No, Daryl doesn't know me. I'm just a fan.
No, this isn't true. The thing is, I live a fast life. No, I'm just kidding. Like he said, so Comedy Sports World Championships, it's always fun, always a good time. But in that week, you meet 150 people. And listen, I don't remember much. But the games garden is always fun, and I'm pretty sure that wait, were you there that day? Anyway, Comedy Sports had a sponsorship by a candy company at one point. And when we were in Indy, that was one of the years that it was there. And so that candy was sent to every Comedy Sports, and we gave it out. The thing is, the candy wasn't very good, and no one really liked it. But
how do you fuck up candy?
It's an old candy.
It's an old candy,
and its age just comes through in everything about it. Its marketing, its flavor, everything.
tastes
It's
like
not
the
the little. It's not
refresher.
the little strawberries, is it? Because I like those.
No. That's quality candy.
Yeah.
That's quality candy. That's
No,
why it's
think of
in
all the
those
good
places.
candies. It's not one of those.
It's not a Necco wafer. I'm gonna go that far, but man, could it be? And the funny thing I remember, one of the funny things I remember from the indie show week was that someone bought and paid for that candy themselves, and we were all at lunch. And then when they opened it, they were like, "Hey, does anybody want this? I'm just gonna leave this out. Take it if you feel like it." And nobody took it. And then they were like, "Does anybody want this candy?" And we all had to, very fun and in line with the comedy of that weekend, politely tell her, "No, thank you. You've made a terrible mistake by buying that. Any other candy would have been better."
All right, Rachel. I'll give you one clue to
Yeah.
guess the candy.
Yeah.
What is a like mediocre and kind of around candy? It's not super popular, but it's been kind of around forever. That
Tootsie
that
Roll.
a really really lame company would think we should market this at funny entertainment.
Oh.
Keyword funny.
Oh. And like Tootsie Rolls are not really funny. They're pretty serious.
Mhm. Less
Uh,
less around than Tootsie Rolls.
Oof.
oh. Nerds.
Nerds would be a good one, but nerds
No, see,
are
the thing
great.
is, nerds, the Wonka candies are good.
Yeah.
Nerds, is Laffy Taffy a Wonka? I don't think
A
so.
Laffy Taffy would have been good,
Laffy Taffy would have been
Yeah.
fantastic, but again,
but no.
I'm not ahead of corporate synergy or whatever it is.
What I'm really gathering from this conversation is that if you are, in charge of marketing or communications for a candy company and you're thinking of sponsoring an improv festival, don't do it because people will just make fun of your candy on all subsequent podcasts, Twitch streams, and live appearances. They will just effortlessly savage your candy. So don't. It's not a marketing opportunity. It's only an opportunity to have people who are making fun of your candy.
No such thing as bad publicity. I would have never brought up this candy. I don't think I knew that it existed.
I'm sad to say I did.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I feel like that means that I need to own, because I've known about it. I need to own it and say what it
I
is.
was totally fine with letting the
Let it go. All right, we
yeah.
can let it go.
I was gonna be Elsa with it.
You know what? Tease.
Chat, what
Maybe
candy
maybe
would
we'll
you
drop it
decide
at
on?
the end of the episode.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So if you're ever like, why would I watch a full episode of this show? 20 minutes is more than enough. Now you have even more reason to finish watching us talk to each other about tweets.
Good times. Good times.
Speaking of tweets, that is the main body of the show. We are going to look at some tweets tonight. Daryl, you are a little soft on the mic. If you want to turn your mic up, especially because you're much funnier than us. So if you actually want to make your mic louder than ours,
Never.
I think
Never?
I can. I could theoretically adjust it, but you play with
What
it. You do your.
about now?
better.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
better?
that's better. That's better.
These
I think-
headphones, I think everyone's been complaining that I sound low.
Hmm. Yeah, you're not a quiet person.
No, I'm screaming in my own home. No, I'm just,
No. These are the tweets of the week. Daryl, I feel like it's only sporting to let you make fun of the fact that I keep all of the tweets for the show in a draft email in my email.
I like that.
Thank you.
You know, Google has a thing called Keep, where you can just do like little post-it notes. I use that a lot.
I will not lie to you. This is the most helpful moment of the show
Hey,
in its 18 months of being on the air.
This
that's what we're here
is
for, baby.
this
That's what we're
is
here
really heartening. I wasn't ready for this turn.
I was about.
This is a heel segment. This is a heel segment.
I didn't know there was a notes app on Google. I just thought people would be mad at me about. People are just mad at me. People just yell at me.
Oh,
They're
I
like, "What
would
are you
never.
doing?"
All
I
right,
would never.
hit us with the tweets.
Okay, cool. So these are the tweets of the week. Basically, I found some of what I thought were the funniest, most interesting tweets that also are indisputably very popular because the popular tweets really give you a sense of what everyone is enjoying this week. And this one has 125,000 likes on it. So you know that a lot of people saw it and liked it. Let's look at it right now. It's from Crows. Love that name. The avatar is a crow on a hammer. This is really good. Sorry, I am sick. I am dying. But the tweet goes, a few months ago, I saw that I'd been granted admin access to the store page of the Stanley Parable on Steam. Stanley Parable, I think, is just the name of the game. So I added Guy Fieri to the main page and every now and then increased his opacity. Today they found out and made me change it back. And so it's a first-person exploration game. You play a Stanley. You follow a story. You have no choice. The game will end. The game will never end. So it's obviously like one of those indie games. Very positive reviews. And Guy Fieri is there. And you look at here, and Guy Fieri is becoming more more opaque as time goes on. My assumption is that if you go there now, he was no longer there because again, they made him change it back, and I think that's sad.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fantastic. How does one just find out that they have admin access? I need to be checking Steam now.
Yeah.
If they're just randomly.
I saw that I'd been granted.
Yeah.
There's
a lot.
Right. There's a lot in there.
I think that the implication, possibly by the fact that he has the Stanley Parable in their bio, leads me to believe that they are one, if not the creator of the game.
Sure. Well, then that would make more sense. That they have access.
I hope they
I've
are.
heard about this game. It's apparently very good, and it's all about like you operate in this world, and then the narrator tells you what's going on, and you get to listen or not listen. It's what
That's
I've
awesome.
heard. But
That sounds fascinating.
I have not seen any Guy Fieri mentions in what I know of the game, so I'm happy that he showed up.
I like the idea that this is the creator of the game. Is it a he? We assume guy. Yeah, we assume dude.
Just go they. Why not?
Yeah, they. That's better. They like handed off management of their product to whatever, the company that published, distributed their game, blah blah blah. And one day this person logs into their Steam and they've got like a little exclamation point alert. You've got admin privileges.
Yeah, it's like a weird star on their profile picture, and I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
what does this mean?
And I just like the idea that then they immediately knew what to do.
Definitely sneak a Guy Fieri in. It's not bad.
Like,
Now-
is this their bit all the time, or were they waiting for the perfect opportunity?
Yeah, if it was me, I would have got fired. What I would have snuck in would have been well beyond anything a company would have liked to have to speak publicly about. So
Now, Daryl, if you got to sneak in a personality or perhaps an object or just a word into the Stanley Parable graphic, is there something that you would like to have secreted away there?
like I said, it would be a thing. If they wouldn't, it'd be a butt. It'd probably be a butt. It'd be a butt. It'd be a butt. I'm not sure if it would
A real
be,
butt?
It would be a real butt. I'm not sure if it would be the profile of a butt.
Would it be a human butt or would it be an animal butt?
A human butt. I'd probably go human butt.
Human butt.
I don't even know. Yeah. Ooh, I'd go human
Notable
butt.
or average?
That's what I'm saying. I think knowing me, I'd probably go overtly attractive. Like, yeah. Like,
Know
make you
yourself.
stop what you're doing.
Hmm.
kind
Would you
of butt.
start opaque, or would you go full hog butt right at the beginning?
I love the opacity game.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. I think I would go. Um, yeah. I think I would. I think I'd go light, and then darken it.
That headline said "World mesmerized by butt hit by pitch."
Oh yes, you saw that.
Yeah, this
Your
Yeah.
is
boy's caked up. Yeah, your boy is caked
It's
up.
a nice little
That would be
butt.
a decent butt if I was gonna go for. You know what? Yeah, the actual like a GIF of that baseball hitting his butt and the ripples.
yes, yes.
Boom. That's what's going in there.
I don't know. We've just met each other, but I did make a fan cam of this GIF on my TikTok. I did take it and I did score it to that Juicy song by Doja, and I was pretty happy with it. It goes really well with that song.
How
Congrats.
did it do?
It's done passably. Other people had the one that really got a lot of traction. The music was the song. What's the song that Prince does where he goes da 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 da?
Is that Kiss?
Yeah, I think it's Kiss.
Kiss. That one? Yeah.
So
But
what's
yeah,
going
I mean, you did it more accurate.
Yeah, mine was more accurate, but that one had like a lot of punch that mine lacked. And so I think that's the why that one came out on top.
I like it.
Bah.
But yeah, I love that butt. Anyways, we're getting off track. Dee, what would you hide inside the Stanley Parable?
I would probably hide um like probably the 2MB logo if I'm being honest.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
Oh,
the 2MB Studios
Always be closing.
bread logo would be good. Yeah. Or maybe if I want to go like slightly afield, I could do one of the like more obscure versions of the logo
ooh, yeah,
from like a shirt.
yeah. We have a lot of like merch with like
Yeah.
different variations of it.
Yeah.
That's very sweet.
Yeah. Because that would make us money.
Yeah. I would
That's
also
the
put a.
idea.
I would also have to go with a butt though. Speaking as a producer of 2MB Studios, I would
Too
have
much
to.
butt.
I would have to put a butt as well.
Yeah,
Two M
same.
butt.
But I hear where you were going with that. Yeah, I mean, hearing Adi, I was like, oh, I guess I should have put like the album cover for Black Gentrifier. Should have snuck
That's
that
actually
in there. I paid good money for that album cover, so I might as well throw it everywhere I possibly can. But
Do you know the
no,
person who did it?
I do. I
Okay.
do. I asked them to do it for me. We had a meeting about it.
One meeting?
It was a whole multiple, well, one meeting and then like a few like phone calls and emails. 'Cause they're
Okay.
actual
Okay.
graphic designer who,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, knows what they're doing. There's no way I could have done that.
It's a very, very elaborate picture. It's
Yeah,
very well
see,
done.
people like it. I like it too. And if you get the physical CD, which I do have and will sell to anyone, it's a flip out thing and it's like a mural. You can see the whole. Yeah, baby.
Should I be pulling this up? The picture of your. This is a picture from um uh your
This is
album.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from my album. Yeah, I don't know if you'd ever find it looking for my. Oh yeah, my website.
There we
Daryl
go.
Tells Comedy. Yeah, so
Click.
we're usually we do plugs at the end of the show, but I think right now is a great. I don't think there's a better time than 9:53 p.m. Like right smack in
Hey,
the middle of the show to do
Hmm. Hmm.
plugs.
very
This is
true.
great. This is what we're
Boom.
talking about.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's really
That is.
good.
There
It's
it
really great.
is. Columbus settling the new world. Except it's me and I'm wearing Jordans. Get it?
Hmm.
Black Gentrifier. It's a joke. I'm a comedian.
He's one of the first gentrifiers. One of the most
Yeah,
notable.
one of the. I mean, memorable. He had a run. He had a
Yeah.
run that was that we're still talking about to this day.
Now I know that a lot of people, instead of celebrating Columbus Day, they celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day. Are
Yeah.
you recommending to our watchers that they should celebrate Daryl Charles Day, where they listen to your album and think about how funny you are?
Very true. What is it? January 28th, I think, is when the album came out. So let's call that Black Gentrifier Day.
Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah. That works.
It's a good day.
That works.
That gives us 9
It's
months
more of
to
me.
get ready for our Black Gentrifier Day party.
Hmm.
I think it'd be really funny. I'm just gonna read your bio to you. For Baltimore, by way of Brooklyn comedian Daryl Charles, making people laugh came naturally. Daryl, do you feel like you're making people laugh naturally right now?
I do what I can. I do what I can. I feel like
Uh,
I feel like
yeah,
that's what's happening right now.
yeah. I'm doing this to you only because I can't imagine a worse thing to do to anyone.
It
So
is,
that's what I have to do.
as a comedian, you get booked for things, and so many businesses don't understand that reading my bio as like your next performer is Daryl Charles, and then reading the bio, the worst, the
Yeah.
worst. There's no reason to do that, but whatever, they pay me.
I mean,
Coming to the stage, a man who didn't start to think about comedy seriously until friends started to essentially book him for spots in college.
Yep, yep.
I do think that like if your goal is to specifically torture the comedian, that like reading the bio in front of them is very good. I just think that's
Thankfully, this is like a little article thing that my friend wrote for me, who actually writes these for like other entertainers. So the bio on the homepage is still mine, and that is extra awkward because I wrote it, and it's just like, I'm judging myself. You
oh,
know.
so we should be reading this one.
Oh boy, yeah, I
Exactly.
figured.
It's exactly what you want to be doing right before you walk on stage is judge
Mm-hmm.
yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So it says your debut album debuted at number 3 on the iTunes comedy charts. Do you remember what was number 2 and number 1 when you debuted?
I I don't. I think I have the picture somewhere. Pretty sure it was like something by Jim Gaffigan, and I don't know who the other person was,
Yeah,
but it's fine.
yeah,
And their albums didn't come out recently. It
Yeah,
was
and whoever they are, they didn't make it to this show.
That's true.
yeah.
That's true. Take
I've been
that,
trying
Jim
to.
Gaffigan.
I've been trying to get Jim for months.
Yeah, you were our backup. You were actually our number 3.
He always likes to pencil it in, and then like it's like hell to pen it to make it like official. Like
He's
he's
the
like, oh
king
yeah.
of. He'll just email you 30 minutes before he's supposed to show up, like, ah,
I just
crazy.
remembered. I have kids. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
I have an entire career. This is wild. I'm so sorry.
Sorry. No, it's
Haunted
fine.
once again.
Yeah. So you've been a member of Comedy Sports Philadelphia since 2011.
These aren't lies. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna move away from this just because I feel like I'm pressing the pressure point too hard right now. Like I will kill. This will be like the first time I kill a guest, but I will return to it.
Wait, no. Can we stay on Daryl's Twitter feed for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I want to do a new segment
Yeah.
called "Asking Daryl Why He Put Stringer Bell's Face on 3 times in his last 6 images."
Oh yeah, baby.
What was it?
What up
Keep
right
scrolling.
where you can see the media that he's
Oh
posted
yeah.
recently. It's the same image 3 times.
Mm-hmm. That gif. If I make this face when I read a thing, that is what I was quote tweeted with.
There you
Uh,
go.
This is my version of like Six Ed World. Like
Mhm.
that's what I do.
That's
I
the
do a
best.
lot of
That's the best way to use a GIF is if I'm literally doing it.
yeah. If this is oh yeah, man, that's like my favorite Oprah gif. Because it
Is that
remind my aunt does that a lot.
like the hand thing? Yeah.
The hand thing when you just look at you and go, that's what you get. Like that's yeah.
No words, Daryl.
You don't even need to. I mean, yeah, my aunt didn't. You'd be like, oh, like stop playing with that. You're gonna hurt yourself. And when you hurt yourself, she just goes, and You realize that the only person who's going to stop you from crying is you.
So I think that if you are not already following Daryl, you can find him at Daryl underscore. He does not have his name. It's just a microphone and then I think a smiling, crying emoji. So, which I do feel like that summarizes the experience of being a stand-up comedian. At least that's the face I make whenever I've done stand-up. I'm just
small art, baby.
I love it. So we have. I think we've talked about this tweet enough. I think it's time to move on.
On to the second tweet.
The second
tweet, yeah. Which will somehow become. I'm looking forward to how each of the tweets ends up just us like scrutinizing a piece of Daryl paraphernalia online. Maybe there's some like middle school report cards. If you have those up, we can look at those. I love ephemera, so keep that in mind.
Sure thing. We'll see.
Lover of ephemera. If I were introducing you to the show, that would be one thing I'd put in.
Yeah. So this one is really popular because it's just fucking rules. It's not really funny in any way, but I just thought it was cool. This guy's a German pro surfer. He rode a wave over 100 feet tall at Nazar, Portugal, a record-breaking surf, and he's just like surfing it up. And you think he's gonna die, but I think he's fine.
I'm surprised all those people are at that beach because isn't that water gonna take away their homes?
Maybe in a week, but not today, baby.
Sure, looks like a lot of depression on that beach. Like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Whatever.
Yeah, right. No, they figure it out. Like we don't have a backup plan.
Man, that wall of water. Like I can't when I'm in the ocean and the water is like at my head. I'm like, this is too much.
Sometimes, when I watch this, what I really think of is how much I dislike walking down slightly steep hills. And that's like, I'm like, this is probably way worse than that.
Yeah. I had the worst tickets at the Wells Fargo Center to watch the Sixers be in the playoffs one of the years that I lived in Philly. And like my back was to the wall of the building and the steps were right in front of me. And man, it was just a giant panic attack. Standing up and cheering because they won, but standing up and cheering while seeing all of my teeth fall out of my mouth in my head every time I got up. So
now, is it the gravity being more pronounced at that height that makes them fall out?
Yeah, no, it's the fact that my head is too heavy, and so as the weight of that hits the steps, my teeth will get loose. I also eat too much candy.
But not that candy.
No, I'm never. Oh no, I eat good candy.
I see this and I, of course, retreat to Dad Corner, which is where I always go in this show and life. And I think to myself, oh, now I get why my daughter is scared to go in the water. Because this is probably some kind of semblance of what like a normal big wave looks like to her.
I see. Yeah, dirty monsters.
So you should like show her this video and be like, just be like this German man. Just
look at that.
Look at him. He's not afraid.
Be like this German man. I thought you were gonna say show her this video and be like, it gets much worse.
No, I wouldn't.
Scared of tiny waves.
Yeah, get over what you're scared of and be scared of something that we don't often get.
Sounds like the news.
You're like the horrors beyond human comprehension you will face in your lifetime completely dwarf what you are experiencing currently. I'm a good dad, and you should prepare for the days ahead.
And what was that you said about wanting a boogie board? She just knows the word. She doesn't even know what it is, but she wanted one.
But she wants a boogie board because you get the boogie on it? That makes perfect sense.
Because she likes the sound of the words.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, any board's a boogie board when you boogie on it.
There you go.
I want resourcefulness. I need a hustle board and a Macarena board, and then I'll have all the boards I need.
There you go. One board to rule them all.
Also, in case anyone is wondering what creates this massive waves, it's an underwater canyon. Thank you for being curious and asking the right questions. Here is a underwater canyon graph where the red means it's fewer meters and the blue means it's lots of meters.
If I were on Twitter right now and I wanted to be good at Twitter, which I don't really want to be, I would respond. Yeah, I would respond to this with the same image and the giant boat that got stuck in the canal, right in there in the crack.
I see. Yeah, you just Photoshoppy it. Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Photoshoppy it. That's how you know I'm good at this.
Photoshoppy.
Mm-hmm.
I also do need to single out this particular conversation in the replies. Someone asks, how many meters is that for all of us who use a logical system? So we've already gone from the heady heights of a beautiful athletic feat to people being little bitches about the fact that Americans use feet. Already a huge vibe shift going on in their replies. Next person is, remember there are countries that use the metric system and a country that put men on the moon.
That's hilarious.
Is that how the world's divided? Okay.
That's to Kiva Rosenberg, yes.
Fuck you, Kiva Rosenberg.
And the next reply is, you do know everyone in the science and engineering community use the metric system, right? Which is a normal reply. But the Abby is like this, like sexy green.
So it's like it's a brony. It's a brony who's upset about this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I also think that might be like a Harry Potter scarf. So just like already wilding.
No.
Also, if you're wondering why the people aren't running away in terror, it's called lens compression. So there's like a lot of cool facts in this reply thread, which you almost never get replies which teach you anything. But if you're looking for a fun series of replies, it's to this guy. Also, the real shocker is that Germans surf, and then there's this picture of German surfing.
I mean, I want to be clear. I am glad that someone tweeted, "I'm surprised that German surf," because it gave us this. Yeah. But I feel like a lot of 80s movies had like some kind of like German bro who's the bad guy, and like at least a quarter of those were surf movies. Right?
If the 80s are known for something, it's definitely surf movies.
Surf movies and German villains.
Well, Three Ninjas Surfs Up came out in the 90s, so hold on a second.
Yeah, I think Point Break, because like in your mind, the two big 80s movies are Point Break and Die Hard. They're all like those two movies.
I was going with the Rockies. Actually, was where I was. It was Dolph, who I was thinking of. But yeah,
was Dolph Lundgren surfing?
No.
Oh, okay.
Do you think
Shout out to Sean Murphy. Yeah, it's fine. Talk about whatever as long as you bring up Sean Murphy's butt.
Dolph Lundgren surfing.
This is amazing.
Of course it fucking happened. Of fucking course it happened.
Well, he paddleboarded. That's a giant boogie board he had. Did you see that? Look at that boogie board.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's what I'm getting for Sydney. I'm getting you Dolph Lundgren's boogie board. Money is no object when I've got dreams.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the size of a house. It's like it's probably like this boogie board.
He is a very large man. That is
true.
I bet he had so much fun on that.
Retweeting
it. Harder than it looks.
Oh, they're just having fun.
Are those all paddle boards? I guess so. I mean, they have all got paddles.
Someone wrote, "Happy birthday to you. We'll cheer you from Japan." Oh, I guess it was his birthday.
November 2nd.
Well, good for you, Dolph. Live it up.
let me just make sure that it's November 2nd and these people aren't just insane. I do think it's weird to like wish someone a happy birthday on a day that's like not their birthday, especially in the context of someone with like a birthday where you could look up the birthday. Okay, there's
November
four
3. All right,
November.
so that's pretty good.
Mhm.
Close enough.
Also, I like the idea that Ade just assumes that he's Serbs because his name is Dolph, which sounds like
Yeah,
dolphin.
yeah, he's Swedish. He's Swedish and he's famous. I just German watched him.
He
He's
just turned them.
Swedish? I've always thought he was Russian, just
Yeah,
because of Rocky Four. Look
Ivan
at that.
Drago. Yeah.
I think. Okay, let's see his parentage. We can find this out. We can find all of this out right now. Um, so Dolph Lundgren, while Swedish, where was he born? Um, uh, son of Sigrid Birgitta, a language teacher, and Carl Hugo Johan Lundgren. Yeah, those are both. His father was an economist for the Swedish government,
Hmm.
which makes him pretty Swedish.
That's pretty Swedish.
That's extra Swedish. But they also were like, let's give our son plausible deniability as to being a Swede.
Mhm.
True.
You know,
Yeah,
He's not Swedish. He's Swede.
he's Swede.
he's Swede.
And I would read this. I would spend the rest of the show just on his Wikipedia page. But we
Oh
don't have
yeah.
time. It's too long, and
Don't have time.
his life is too interesting. We got to move on.
He
Um,
was a bodyguard for a Jamaican singer. I just caught that in there.
D, we're moving on.
Oh, but I'm clinging.
It's too late. It's too late to talk about Dolph Lundgren. We moved on.
It's washed away in the giant wave of your drafts folder.
Nice.
Now, if you want to say something more about Harold Charles's
Hey,
bio,
He was a bodyguard for a Jamaican singer.
I gotta put that in there.
yeah. Daryl, would you please start just replacing your bio and replacing it with Dolph Lundgren's
Small
bio?
English trailer.
He was a bodyguard for like one of the like third cousins of Bob Marley's sons.
Daryl Truss is a comedian, comma born in Sweden.
Born in Sweden. His father was an economist for the Swedish government. This is
Played
the
a
next
Russian. Played a Russian.
he can play Russian, and he does own a big ass paddleboard, like way bigger than you think would be.
Harder than it looks.
Cyberpunk expectation versus cyberpunk reality. Cyberpunk expectation, you get a cool car, you get a cool city. Cyberpunk reality, dear valued customers, chicken wings and cheesy crust are currently out of stock due to a recent cyber attack, which has affected imports. We apologize for the inconvenience.
This reminds me of last summer during was it last summer? One of the times people were pretending that COVID was done. I went to a movie theater and it was very early in the global supply chain interruptions thing. I think it was Fast and Furious 9. Fast and Furious 9.
Wow.
Yeah,
Reason
and
to risk life and limb. Yes.
yeah, exactly. It was worth it. And
Family.
due to global supply chain issues, they had one flavor of soda, and in there, like those giant machines where you can
That
choose
big.
like 72 different combos to put
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
Yeah, and there was just Diet Coke. That was it. And then they couldn't give you almost any of the like warm snacks except for plain hot chips, like heated up tortilla chips with nothing on them.
That's all they could give you because they ran out of popcorn.
Yeah, but they stocked a bunch of little plastic trays of just plain chips.
Yikes.
Mhm.
Which is just a great reminder that if you're going anywhere, just just bring the things you want on chips in your bag with you because you don't know when cyber attacks will affect the supply chain.
It's very true.
Yeah, so what? We're waiting for the what's the Neuromancer, Ready Player One. One of these books has to just be about a global supply chain interruption.
Really, I mean, it really should be. I'm surprised they in the DLC for Cyberpunk 2077, I think that's what it is. They don't include supply chain issues.
Yeah, no, most of that game is actually going to be just people looking in their pantry for whatever snacks are on hand.
Funnily enough, when you have your little apartment in that game, no food. And now that I'm thinking about it,
Okay.
no
Okay.
food. You can get a cat, but there's no kitchen. No, there is a kitchen.
Well, cats reproduce pretty easily, so that makes
It's true.
sense.
And
No.
good meat if you've been watching Book of Eli.
Nope.
Oh no, he was trading cat oil for he was using it on his lips.
Is Book of Eli a television show?
It was a movie.
Because you said like if you've been watching Book of Eli, and I'm like, did I just miss a
Yeah.
whole series?
Like I'm thinking of how they like turned Snowpiercer into a show, and I was like, okay, cool. Like they gave someone on the USA Network a chance, but no.
Which is nice. Would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, number four, tweet number 4.
Uh,
Moving along.
Oh, this was great that we found this out this week. I just like knowing these things. So this is a picture of Al Pacino and his family. Al's headphones continue to be iconic, but I need a full investigation of whatever the fuck is supposed to be on his iPhone case to see. Love the friends and fam. We're doing enhance. We're doing an enhance. That's his phone, iPhone, and now
Is that Shrek?
Yep, it's Shrek. Oh my god, it's Shrek.
That's
Hey!
fantastic.
Oh, what do I win?
That is great.
I
Shout
just
out
love
to Marie.
Yeah, I just love that that's something that these internet sleuths helped us to find out. Because otherwise, I would have never known.
I mean, that very much to me ties back to the Guy Fieri Stanley Parable thing, because it's almost like too good to be true.
Hmm. You're like, you think somebody photoshopped this just so that we would have like a fun anecdote about Al Pacino.
Yes. Because that's a fucking chaotic case.
That is, I mean, that's no one likes Shrek that much. This is like the people with money do like really weird things to and you're gonna find out that owns and it's like was like a whole George Grill, like it didn't work. So he has a garage full of them.
I love the idea of Al Pacino with just a garage full of these Shrek iPhone covers.
As he doesn't mind losing a phone. He's like, it's fine. It's totally fine. I got insurance and a million
cases. And they're high quality. I didn't fuck around when I invested in the Shrek cases. Okay?
Also, apparently, it was picked up. This story was picked up by Variety.
Look at that. And look at that. Al Pacino has a Shrek phone case, and now I need a Shrek phone case. And Al Pacino is sitting at home like, yeah, baby.
This is how you have to market in 2022. It's you can't just throw your candy at an improv company.
Yeah. Look, they're finding other pictures of it. Internet, don't you ever change.
Fuck yes! Oh, this so good.
Internet, congrats.
I
recently heard something about Al Pacino being more open publicly about how many drugs he's done too. The answer is many, and it's mostly cocaine.
He's lived a long life, and he was Scarface.
Yeah, I think it was.
If he didn't do cocaine, that changes the whole movie.
Yeah, I think it was specifically about going to the Oscars on blow. He admitted to.
Yeah, I mean, dancing like that for Dum Dum, it ain't the caffeine.
I want to go back to Al Pacino movies now and just wonder and just say maybe.
I hate that I know that I believe this is from Jack and Jill. Top part of that video.
So good.
It's really good. I think I like that multiple people are like fishing for this picture of him with Taika Waititi. Everyone's like, I've seen that before. Like apparently everyone who's anybody follows him on Instagram and just like knows all the photos of him. But yeah,
but there's a lot of comments about people just like gradually the amount of Shreks starting to wash over them. It's not just a Shrek phone case. It's like a Shrek like shitty wallpaper phone case.
Yeah, it's a frightening amount of Shreks.
It's like his phone case is hoarding Shreks.
Mm-hmm. Now, I want to ask this from you, Daryl. You think this is a scary amount of Shreks. How many number of Shreks do you feel tilts Shrek from a charming number of Shreks to a frightening number of Shreks?
It's the eyes on the left and whatever's on the bottom left. Those two. Make it frightening.
So you think that if you remove these two...
what is that on the bottom?
This is his nose.
It's just a nose and a closed eye.
Yeah, that adds too much to the chaos. And yeah, I mean, wow. I tend to like to see my phone through my case. Mm-hmm. So if you remove those and left some phone in there, I might buy it.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
I do like that. This is one thing I like about this case, and we can move on in a moment, but I do just want to make clear that what I think is the really ringing endorsement of this case is that you have this Shrek on the bottom who is clearly like lying down, and he looks like he's being woken up by all the other Shreks. And that is, to me, what makes it so special.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that Shrek isn't wearing a shirt.
He's in bed asleep.
Yeah, and then you're like, there's this kind of moment of you're like, wait, is this an official Shrek art, or is this like fan art of Shrek shirtless?
Right. Like I think we've got some mixing of real Shrek and fan Shrek.
And that is, yeah, because I mean, look at
unholy.
That
smile. No, this is
the not teeth smile on Shrek. That looks like fan art.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like fan art. Or like DreamWorks was just trying to prove that they could stretch face like that.
Yeah.
It's definitely behind the scenes. Shrek never smiled like that. He always showed his teeth.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
I really like you. I appreciate you pointing out the eyes on the side because that's just a level of detail I'd missed. And I think...
And now it will be with you in your dreams.
It gives me more appreciation for the person who made this. It feels a little more intentional.
Yeah. It's a piece that really reveals itself to you over time. As all the best.
The more you look into it, the more it looks into you.
This one's gonna stay with me. This one's gonna get a call back in a month.
I just love that we're still talking about Shrek. When did Shrek come out? 2003?
Something like that. Shrek
Before
2,
that, I was in high school when the first Shrek came out.
I don't want to talk about how old I am. Shrek 2, probably one of the best sequels ever made.
Shrek 2 is great.
Is that the one with Puss in Boots? Because I was a real fan of Puss in Boots.
That's when Puss shows up. That's when Donkey really steals the show. I mean, he did the whole time. But, yeah, just such a good sequel. You know what? I'm going to find it. I don't think you can find it. Where would it be? DreamWorks doesn't have like their own streaming service.
Maybe on Paramount Plus.
Okay. Here we go.
Before we do this, we're going to ask a question. How to stream Shrek?
2. Shrek 2.
I do feel like I was being yelled at there.
Wait, why did you just get a Spanish translation of your question?
Hake donde? Someone's using a VPN.
Oh yeah.
You can start a free trial to see it.
Amazon, Prime Video. That makes
Prime
sense.
Video.
You can see the full stream of Shrek for PC part
1. Don't you dare press play.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Like
press
this.
play and skip to like minute 25.
I don't like this.
You want to go to minute 25?
Thereabouts. Yeah. Let's try that.
Oh.
What?
No, that's no fun. We don't want potions.
No, every game is really just about inventory management.
Right.
Oh, we can watch Donkey get some coins.
Oh my god, is that a loading screen?
That's the loading screen.
Oh my gosh, I'm requesting this to go into Steam Daddy's library.
Oh my god. Wait, what is he fighting? Was that a monkey? What's going on?
I never knew that there was a drawbridge. Wait, are the handles to drive Donkey like a car? Why was he just drifting?
Yeah, this is not. None of this is any Shrek content. This is a Shrek character playing a different game.
This is amazing. If you want to see Shrek 2 for PC Part 1, it's available on YouTube.
We are
moving on. I did love this one. This tweet has 250,000 likes. It's very simple. Not a single woman looks good in any of these. Now we wait.
I saw that earlier. It's good. And I love the fact that it's the horny police that posted it. Because it was like, yeah, this is who you call the horny police on.
First I nailed the roof, then I nailed degenerates like you.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think the replies are going to get any more wholesome than this tweet. Because, I mean, quite literally, those are like my favorite pants on the planet. Not for me, but, you know.
Yeah, I don't think if you're a lady, wear these to your heart's content. We're all enjoying it.
Everybody, yeah, body positivity. You deserve to wear pants like that outside. Just let me know when you're gonna do it.
Yeah, give us your screen cap your Google Maps and then send us your location. So we can see you in those pants. I just thought that was fun. We don't need to talk about it more than that. I can see there's like...
It was very funny.
It was really good. Yeah, I was like, oh, there were kind of like Pornhub comments in the replies.
Yeah, well, and we need to start our new streak of episodes without naked private parts.
Yeah,
we broke our streak last week.
There was a boob in a reply, and I scrolled past it, and I wasn't fast enough to scroll back. I like fell into the orbit of this boob. You know, like how you fall into the orbit.
Dara, why are you late for work? I don't want to tell you the story. Just understand that I'm sorry, and I brought coffee.
I feel like Into the Orbit of a Boob is possibly the title of Daryl's memoir.
But to be the next title of my next album.
There it is.
Yeah, Black Gentrifier 2.
All right, we've got the GIF for your cover art, so.
Even though those fucking squirrels might be even better.
Yeah.
This one made it to me. Even.
This one made it to you.
Yeah, because it's someone's daughter.
Oh. So this is 12K likes, and it says, my daughter just asked me how to spell squirrel. I found out that she was writing a book. Now she's grounded for 12 years. The book is just called Those Fucking Squirrels. And it's a squirrel looking very innocent. It's a very innocent looking squirrel. And it's going, say what?
No, it's saying, say what?
Mm-hmm. And I love how the daughter had to choose between these fucking squirrels and those fucking squirrels.
And couldn't.
And decided on those.
decided on those, but did that move that I should have grown out of by now and scribbled over the thing instead of just getting new paper.
Yeah, I don't know how old this little girl is, but when I was this age, I would abuse whiteout. Oh my God. You would think that I was getting high off the fumes. I probably was because whiteout was everything. I had the whiteout pen. I had
Mm.
the brush. Man,
Mhm.
ooh,
What,
ooh.
these days, are you a whiteout tape man?
No, I'm a use my phone guy.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's rude.
Correction fluid, baby. I'll never forget the smell. I will never forget the smell of whiteout.
I think it's paint. I think the smell is
I
paint.
think so. It's yeah. Not quite. No, it's a little different than paint. Like I've actually painted in this house. Like
Okay.
no, whiteout.
Okay. All right.
I might have to go for whiteout white on a wall in this house just to
Now,
get that old feeling back. What's wrong with this lady's eyes?
whiteout.
With
Yeah,
mesh safety eyes. I think this is some sort of perhaps a costume.
Mm,
But
hmm
they're special lenses that
they're
make you look
whiteout
like you have white eyes.
lenses.
Yeah, if you want to look
Right.
like a one of those like revengeful ghosts
Sure.
who like hang on the ceiling or whatever.
Um, yeah,
Hmm.
that's what they do.
Yeah. One thing I love about this is it just like reminds me of all the ways that like little kids can't write letters. I love like how much bigger the T is than anything else. I love how the word fucking is just getting smaller over time for no reason.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
I love that like the word squirrels is like so squished. It really does look like it was the last thing they did on the page. They drew the squirrel and they started writing the letters, and then they realized that they had not like remembered to leave enough space. So everything's just like the wrong size. Um, and yeah, I do some lettering while I like make comics, and this like reminds me of everything that I have to like remember not to do because kids are just constantly like writing letters like in absolutely hysterically incorrect or without any sort of forethought sizes, and I find that very charming.
Yeah. It reminds me of I was in I guess elementary school and I had to do one of those, to get the poster board thing, with the fold out to I guess we had to like give a book report or something. And I had been reading Encyclopedia Browns because that was the age. And I started writing Encyclopedia, and you know, that's a big word to put in big letters. So it was encyclopede hyphen Ia Brown. And my teacher was like, "You should have probably thought about that before you started." And I'll never forget that because I cringed as an 8-year-old or whatever.
You did it better than I would have because what I would have done is noticed it while it was happening and like tried to steer out of the crash and made the crash worse.
But
I would have just like by the like Ia would have been like squished under the it would have been in all caps because I wrote everything in all caps then.
encycloped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brown.
And then like IA would be in between parts of the E.
That's just called good branding.
Hmm. Yeah, I was early. I was ahead of the game.
Also, I'm
Hmm.
like getting increasingly jealous of like this kid who just gets to be on fun covers where he's just like,
Yeah.
you're smart, hold these frogs," and I'm like, this guy's just looking at it like he's having fun.
That is funny
Here
though.
you go. Walk around.
Imagine that.
Hold a board.
There was no it was a drawing of a young white boy on my Encyclopedia Browns. It was never like an
Hmm.
actual young white boy. So
Mhm.
glad to
You
see
guys want
they're moving on with the world.
you guys want to know something funny?
Mhm.
So I have a distinct memory. I have a lot of very specific distinct memories. I have a memory of my librarian in elementary school reading us Encyclopedia Brown, and that librarian is currently a real estate agent in my hometown in business with her daughter, who I went to elementary school with. Her daughter is my current real estate agent while I'm house hunting.
Well, look at that.
There you go. So I'm not gonna weird Miss Hamill out by talking about Encyclopedia Brown next time I see her, but I'll think about it.
I learned that to get, because this was I actually still like reading mysteries now, but it was a mystery of like someone who was like chewing gum, and I learned from Encyclopedia Brown that you could use peanut butter to get gum out of hair, which was a fact that I never knew or needed. But I was like, huh, go figure.
You know what? Something is messed up is that I also learned that fact, but from Ghost Rider, which now makes me think that like every childhood franchise like had that episode or book.
Could be, yeah. I mean,
Very possible.
yeah, the case of like who won the bubble blowing contest or something, which again, another weird contest to have. I don't, it has to do with the amount of gum in your mouth, not the technique. Anyway.
Yeah, there was like legends told, I feel like, to us, to our generation as kids, about how big you could blow bubbles, and it was a lie. It was a lie.
I
It's
have
just a waste of peanut butter.
I have at the age of 34 and 364 days never blown a bubble. I don't think I ever will blow a bubble. I don't know how. I don't think I'm coordinated enough.
I can make bubbles out of my spit like I'm a child.
Yeah, I can make spit bubbles, but I can't make bubblegum bubbles. And I don't practice enough to ever make the assumption that it will happen for me one day.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you don't want to?
I mean, it would be nice if I did, but I don't believe I will.
Oh man, we gotta hang out with some gum. And it's just hit me now that like, oh, I have to be the person to teach my niece how to blow bubbles.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good, cool points. I don't remember who taught me, but I remember like, ooh, somebody taught me how to make a bubble and then blow it out of your mouth, out of spit, and it changed my life. I
For the
probably
better?
would not have been a comedian if I did not know how to make a spit bubble that you could blow into the wind.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, whoever did that, so that
I could have had a real job.
I'm looking forward to your third comedy album. How dare you teach me that thing?
Bubbles Are Wrong, a comedy album.
Our final tweet of this week. I haven't read Percy Jackson, but people are very excited about Percy Jackson. This one I enjoyed. Harry Potter, the Incel at age of 18. Too wimpy to use a killing spell against fantasy Hitler. Percy Jackson, the Chad at the age of 12. I am going to murder my abusive stepdad.
Okay.
Are either of you Percy Jackson people?
I saw the first movie, and apparently it was just me.
Right.
But yeah, I just thought that was fun. It makes me. I had no interest in seeing Percy Jackson or reading it until I read this tweet. Now I'm like, maybe I need to. I did just read The Maze Runner for a podcast, and that book is bad, is like real bad in ways I was like not prepared for. But I feel like, yeah, it's like I don't want to like relitigate everything I know, all my problems with the Maze Runner. Mostly just like it's so stupid. Like the problem with the Maze Runner. Okay, I guess we're relitigating.
We're doing
Let's
it.
go.
So the problem with the Maze Runner is that you have all these kids and they're all stupid, which would be fine if it was just a story about stupid kids. But they make it very clear in the book that these kids have been specially chosen. They've been specially trained. They are like the smartest kids that have ever kidded. Their names are actually takeoffs on like famous inventors. Like there's the kid Thomas is actually named after Thomas Edison, and like all the kids have like names like that where they're named after some inventors, which really only highlights the fact that they are super dumb in the books in a way that we bought otherwise. These kids are little dumb stupid shits. They're really mean to each other. One of them asks a reasonable question. The other kids all start being like really shitty and pissy at them. There's only one girl in the book, and her name is Teresa, after Mother Teresa.
The smartest woman in history.
And it's so, yeah, the gender politics of the book are like not good. But also just like the other thing is just like they have all these kids, like these teens who are living in basically like this prison camp that's also like a puzzle box. And they're like, these kids have been here, and these teens, and they're growing up because they've been there for years. But they never talk about like they never have any hobbies. They don't have any like recreation. And they never like mention like what would like the fact that these teens would all be like horny like never comes up. So it's just like the most like sanitized version. It's like if Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Flies still had the murder, but also they were older, but also they were never horny, and you're just like, these kids do not exist. The only thing that's realistic about these kids is like how dumb they are, and you're telling me every single page that I should be impressed with how smart they are. Anyway, read The Maze Runner.
Kids tend to be dumb, and then they try to impress you with how smart they are. So that tracks.
That's the problem with them.
Also,
why I have none. The only reason.
And he's like, that's why I have two.
That's why I have two. Because I love the surprise.
Oh, I see. Yes.
No, I can't fix it.
Anyways, that's my screed against the Maze Runner. Feel free to catch the podcast where I say the same things but over a longer period of time. And those are our tweets of the week. Guys, give snaps to
Great job, Twitter. Thank you, Rachel, for curating.
Yeah.
Sure. Every week I'm like, what if there are no funny tweets this week? But every week there are at least a couple. So like, phew, for another week we're saved. We can still do the show.
And we didn't have any videos to watch like 37 times like we normally do, but we did get to do our deep dive into the Shrek phone case. So
we did do it. Our Shrek phone case deep dive, a series of words which have never been put together.
And I mean, we got a decent amount of chuckles out of the wave.
We did get the wave. Yeah, the wave was pretty cool.
That was a video.
Yeah.
And if you all think I waited this whole episode to hear the name of that candy, and now they're not even telling me, you've heard the name of that candy tonight. This is like Lost. You're going to have to rewatch for clues, and then you're going to find out it's somewhat disappointing.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Eddie, why would you make our show more like Lost? I'm not sure.
It's ridiculous. I didn't even know there was a candy named Paddleboard.
All right. So now, is it me? Are we?
It's up to you.
So now it's time for me to bring everyone into Dad Corner over here. For my section of the internet, which is parenting memes. And through a stroke of genius, Rachel said, D, you're funny. You shouldn't be sharing parenting memes that are okay that other people made. You should make memes that might be better. And so I have risen to the challenge every week so far since then and made a parenting meme. And let's hope that I'm able to share my screen easily. You would think as the... What? What the hell? What are you talking about?
That is a
Google
parenting
Chrome.
meme.
All right.
Look,
Anyway, I got a very strange alert that like Chrome wants to record my screen now that I'm trying to share a thing. Anyway, here we go. The kombucha lady is my daughter in this scenario.
I think I got that.
I don't have anything to say about this one.
I completely understand. Man, I was hanging out with family, and there were two uh, little girls, and one of them was eating an apple, and the other one wanted some of the apple, so they shared the apple together,
Oh,
which was very sweet. Except I saw the first child sneeze her way through the entire day. And then this other child was like, "Let's share the apple." And I said, "This is why children are disgusting. They're covered in germs,
They
and they
really are.
spread them to each other." And I just said, "I have to remember to wash my hands, and also get a vasectomy.
Hmm.
These are the choices I need to make in my life."
I,
Uh,
I like that's a scene. That's a scene straight out of the movie Contagion. I'm sorry.
very much so. That's at the end when they're like, "How did he get it?" Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Tick, 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 tick. Mhm.
It was
And Gwyneth
Gwyneth
Paltrow is
Paltrow sharing her apple.
she's like, God, after cheating on my husband, I could just really use some like fruit.
An apple a day keeps the cucks at bay. That is the old saying.
Oh, wow, what a great show.
All right. Bye bye. Bye bye, gross disease meme.
That was a
Uh,
good one.
yeah, it was
Thank
great.
you.
That wasn't a
Thank you.
disease meme. That was about
Nah.
cutting things into small pieces.
It was, yeah, no, it was about my child insisting on me preparing things a certain way and then like not fucking doing anything with it.
No one. Well, I'm allergic to the skin of apples, so I'm very happy to have a bunch of apple slices that I will only eat the inside of. Cause yeah, that way my throat stays open.
Mhm. Mhm. That's a win-win.
Hmm.
And indeed,
Nutrition and throat.
yeah, and
Throat
indeed,
tickle.
I sympathize with you because my dog is old now, and he like will often be uninterested in his food unless I like hand feed him his food.
Oh yeah, no, that's more like my 1-year-old, but yeah.
Yeah.
This is the sign language for all done or what she's learned of it, and she'll do that, and then the food will be in front of her, and then I'll just start picking it up and putting it in her mouth, and she will go for 15 more minutes. Sorry. This was about a dog. I'm sorry.
Understandable. No, and
No, it's just
that's very
yeah.
sweet that you hand feed your dog.
Do you know what I get on my hand when she does that? All of her saliva.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They are factories of that stuff.
So much.
I was hanging out with a baby this weekend. That was just unconscious with the drool. It was amazing. It was like wet bibs status. It was like, wow, this is a
We talking a baby in the first 3 months?
month four.
Month four. Yeah, it's still
Yeah,
a
yeah.
just a fountain.
Hmm.
Yeah.
As someone who has produced more phlegm in the last week than I think I have in the rest of my life, I feel like I have no leg to stand on. And I would be very tired if I tried. I've been a real baby this last, just, I think I drooled today. I think the other day I drooled while I sneezed, and I'm just like, I don't think you're supposed to do that. I've never done that before. Like,
I've
am
done
I
that before.
Right, and it's like I need to. The tissue has to choose a part
Right.
first. Yeah.
And I just feel so disgusting. I'm like, is there like an opera theater I can live under? I'm like, I just don't want to be above ground right now. I'm just such a mess.
It's totally fine. I have sneeze drooled completely healthy. So there you go.
Uh, I
But
like
have you on Twitch?
yeah. We're all healthy. We're all on Twitch. You can't catch anything from us. This is completely unlike eating an apple with another child.
Although I do have an email I'd like to send you, and I'd like you to click on the exe that's attached. But no,
Yeah,
you can't catch anything from this stream.
that's good to know.
Sounds great.
Yeah,
I hear you like a lot of games. You're probably sending me on one that is an adventure that I may be on and may also not be on while I'm on it.
right.
If you're in the chat and you want Daryl to send you a mysterious file you should open, just pop off your email address right in the chat so he can find it and email you directly.
Or we can cut out the middleman and just post your social security number. Then we don't even have to get the attachment because then I have to like go and find my old coding books and then the whole thing. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm not that committed to the bit.
I do like the idea of social security numbers that like when you're born, the government just gives you a number you have to keep secret until you die. It's like it's so stupid.
Yeah.
You're like shh. I'm like I didn't even want this. You can have it. No, you can't. I decided to do it. I didn't.
This is my number. If I
Don't
had to
worry.
pick one, I'd have picked
Will
something.
will you give me like a really like good stout card to hold this on so that I'll never lose it, it'll never get ripped, never rub off? Nope, we're gonna give you paper.
Cardboard, like the cheapest cardboard.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll laminate it. That's illegal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
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 Oh man, I remember I like as a when I became like a grown up when I was like I'm out of college. I got my own place. Actually, I know I was in college and I was like, hey mom, or ma is what I call her, but it's like, hey ma, I need my social security card, and she was like, ooh, I knew this day was coming. Like it was like a big thing.
It
She's
is a
like,
big thing.
yeah. She's like, all
Now
right,
I'm
like
a keeper of young people's social security cards.
and
And
when do you? Yeah, because I had to tell her I was like,
when do
hey,
you
I'm
give
gonna
it?
file my own taxes this year, so you probably shouldn't make me a dependent. She was like, wow, okay, that's good. Also, I need my social security card. She was like, give me a minute. Oh boy, because
Mhm.
yeah.
Was she trying to remember where it was? Was that what happened?
No, I think she
Okay.
knew where it
Okay.
was.
Okay.
She was just like, "This is my little boy,"
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
kind
I
of thing.
know. It's such a
Hmm.
rite of passage. Ugh.
I need to be responsible for my
Mhm.
birth certificate.
Mhm.
That's a big one. And then I thought I lost it, and man, that's a bad one. Well, that's a bad day. You're like, I don't know where my birth certificate is. I gotta call my mom.
My brother works at the Hall of Records, so if I lose my birth certificate, I'm just
Oh,
like, hey
you're
Joe,
golden.
can I get a new one?
Hell yeah, you could like change your birth date. You could do yeah.
He is difficult to talk to, so it's not without difficulty.
Ugh. um.
We all have our crosses to bear.
Yeah, I know, right? I want to thank the 4 viewers that have been steady the entire time tonight. You are not loud in the chat, but you've been steady, and we
Some
see you and we appreciate you.
and some people have said, Rachel Is it a disastrous choice to move up the show from 9 to 9:30, meaning we now have a late night show in the middle of the week? And I'm like, no, I think the people who really love the show will stay on. And I think that's proven to be true by the 4 people, one of whom is me, watching this.
I don't, because the Wi-Fi here is kind of shitty. So yeah. So I don't want
You
to
gotta wait
stretch
till
my.
it's late so that the Wi-Fi's the least shitty it can
Yeah,
be.
there you go.
Yeah, it's not
Mhm.
like full of Caillou streams.
But I think
You
I
really had to fucking go there.
I'm sorry. What's it called? Karma. That's a Netflix kid show. It saw about 3 hours of it because I was hanging out with people with children. Uh, Apparently, Ludacris's daughter is a producer of that show, and they rap in every episode.
Okay,
Like,
fine, I'll watch it.
I know too much about Karma. Karma's World. That's the name. Damn.
Don't mind me. I am still paying attention to you guys, but I'm also adding it to my queue.
Completely understand.
I do like the idea that even if you don't have kids, eventually you will still learn everything about kids just by osmosis.
Yeah, apparently that's the thing a lot of people do is create newer versions of themselves.
Hmm. Hmm.
And he's Ron in the comments is saying that sometimes he's 2 viewers.
That's Heather. That's my friend Heather.
Shout
I
out.
Guys,
love this, Heather. This is
guys,
a great anecdote, and this is great. You're helping our Bezos bucks. You're bringing them all in. So
also, never let anyone tell you that you can't convert your 14,000 followers on Twitter into 3 viewers. The dream is real. I have not hit any sort of wall where people are refusing to click a link. They're like, no, we like you some ways, but not that way. We like it. We like the less of you we can hear and see, the better. Oh, are you just disembodied words in a certain order? That's great. That's like as much of you as we want.
It's
Yeah.
a nice intro to a person.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Rachel. You may prefer me on Twitter because you don't have to see my face or hear my voice, but you do get to be acquainted with my thoughts.
Far more intimate.
It's more intimate. It's both more intimate and more alienating. But isn't that the way of things?
mm. Hmm.
I have been told I have a certain anti-charisma.
They sure really didn't
It
mean
might
like
be true.
anti?
If it's true, I don't get it because it works for me. But hey,
Yeah.
You have anti-charisma, like you're my mom's sister. That's what they meant.
oh, anti-charisma.
Yeah,
Anti-charisma.
anti-charisma.
Hey.
Hey, I have anti-charisma. Like I have as much charisma as Rihanna's 8th studio album.
You're like you are to charisma what like Walter White of Breaking Bad was to Heroes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that's been our show.
Oh,
Well, this has been honorable mentions. Daryl Charles is a comedian. He has a comedy album out. You can check out his website at darylcharlescomedy.com, where you can read his bio, read it twice. His album debuted at number 3 on the iTunes or on the Spotify. On the iTunes
I didn't
comedy
check what
chart.
Spotify was. I didn't have an account because the world was still moving.
Yeah.
It took me until then to get one. That's not the point. But it is available on all streaming platforms. So if you want to give me 0.03 cents every time you listen, you can get it on Pandora, Spotify, Tidal, all of the things. But
And 0.03 cents, is that 3 cents or is that a
a
third?
300th of a cent is what you get for every Spotify and Pandora stream. Yeah,
So
yeah.
that, yeah, 300s. It's 300s. So to get a cent, someone has to listen 34 times, I think,
Is
to
that how
get
it
you up to
works?
a cent. I think that's right.
So
Something
what
like
I'm
that.
hearing is you should just Venmo Daryl. You should just
That'd
Venmo.
be another great thing to do.
Venmo
Or meet
Daryl
me in
money.
person. I got CDs made when the world opened back
Oh,
up.
there we go.
See? Look.
Oh, they're so
Huh?
beautiful. Look at those.
Uh,
Whoa.
Good.
it's a
It's
It's
whole
so
good.
thing, right?
And
Yeah, right?
do you have a podcast too?
I do have a
Yeah.
podcast. It's called DTF, the Daryl and Timmery Fun Hour. That's where me and my very good friend Dr. Timmery, who has a doctorate in human sexuality, give you the latest in news about sex, gender, and relationships. And it's a good time. We find out almost every episode that the real villain has been capitalism this whole time.
That's what we found out when I did the aliens episode of the Midnight Creep Out on Friday, too. Yeah.
Go
That's
figure. Well, I mean that's the subtext of every aliens movie.
Hmm.
It's Whale and Yutani. That's like my favorite new meme has been the like Whale and Yutani with the pride colors, and
Hmm.
it's just like yeah, that is how Pepsi deals with the gays, right? Like it's just yeah, sure, we'll put a rainbow on stuff. So yeah, if someone wants to help me out, send me one of those Whale and Yutani rainbow shirts because I'd rock the hell out of that.
I found out capitalism is the evil guy. Whenever I look at my bank account,
Mm.
that's another way of finding out. That's another metaphor. My bank account is really a metaphor for the evils of capitalism. Uh, Not really a bank account so much as a metaphor. Guys, this is the end of the show. It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are?
No.
Cool. No, you don't know. That's fine. Just checking. This has been Dee, Daryl, me. Good night, good luck, and good posting.
Yay! I should probably end the show.
Bye.
Wait, I wasn't ready for it. And good posting.